Hey everyone, welcome to Let's See Rogue Legacy. This is going to be like just a quick special. I really kind of just wanted to show off this game. It's by Cellar Games, and it was released, I believe, June 27th of this year. It's available on Steam, and I think it's available on the website for Cellar Games. I believe that's just roguelegacy.com. This game is actually a roguelite. And essentially that just means that it's sort of a spiritual successor to the game Rogue, which I have not played, but I know it was pretty popular. And yeah, like I said, I just kind of want to show it off because I really enjoy this. I'm going to preface this, in case you're new to my channel. I do Sims 3 videos and occasionally other games. I am not amazing at this game. I'm aware of that. You don't have to tell me in the comments. But I really just want to, like I said, show it off to, people who might stumble upon my channel or people who may not be accustomed to the game itself. I also want to say that there are a number of speedruns out there where you can watch people beat this in like half an hour. And there are a number of people who've done overviews of this, my favorite of which is Super Great Friend, all one word, and he's on YouTube. He is fantastic. He does a lot of more obscure games as well, so if you're into that kind of thing, I highly recommend that you check him out. He has a very droll sense of humor too, which I enjoy. So enough of a shameless plug right there, we're gonna get right into it. Okay, so basically how this works is I've already chosen a character, and let's bring it up. This is Sir Johnny the Sixth, and he's an assassin. I'm level 66 actually, and he has mist form. You have a list of stats and the equipment and all of that. That matters, but yeah. I have the enchantments I'm using are Vault, which allows me to double jump. You can stack that using runes, which will give you up to a quintuple jump if you have it on all of your items. And I will show you all of these things just to clarify. And then I have Sprint, which allows me to dash up to 1 time. I have a Vampire rune, which gives me 4 HP for every kill. I have Siphon, which gives me 2 MP for every kill. And I have Bounty, which increases each gold drop by 10%, which is pretty cool. Alright, so we're gonna go back. And this is, like I said, an assassin, and I'm hitting the wrong button. I recorded this once before, and I thought, oh, okay, I'll do this I'll do a second take, and I'll do better, but, here we go. And there you go, me breaking out the movie magic, but you guys are probably used to it if you watch my stuff regularly. This is your manor, and what it is that you start out with a founding family member, and it goes way, way back, and once I die, which I will show you what that looks like. But every time your character dies, you choose another heir, and they have different traits, and they're different classes, and they have different special skills, and what that does is it just gives you sort of a fresh take on everything, and allows you to do many different things, which is useful because then you can adapt to the ever-changing dungeons, because the castle itself is random in its layout. Every time you start a new one, it is randomly generated, unless you use the architect, which I will explain when we get there. One moment, sorry. I feel like I'm losing my voice. Okay, so the manor works like this. You start off with the smith, and you unlock that using money. It was 787 gold, which I spent. And then you have the option to increase your health, and then later you can upgrade your knight, because they're different classes, equip up. Or no, I have 787 gold. Oh my god. See, I'm doing it awesome. And you can increase mana, magic damage, you can unlock the enchantress, which I'll show you. You can unlock like the mage, the miner, upgrade those, and these all have the gold price listed. And some of them are rather expensive. Let's see. You can increase your gold gain, which I've done once. You can increase the amount of replenishing that you get from potions, which increases your MP. Spell Thief, you can upgrade these. Invulnerable time, essentially, makes it so that when you are, I believe it's when, because I haven't upgraded it, I believe when you are getting invincibility frames after being hit, it increases that. Mana cost down basically lowers the amount of mana you need in order to use your special skills, because you have to use mana for each of them, and some of them are pretty expensive. And then you have armor up, like I said, that's passive. Downstrike up, which is, you know, essentially passive. When you deal strikes one after the other, it increases the amount of damage. A lot of this is actually pretty self-explanatory. You have your barbarians, the architect, which I'll explain when we get out there, attack up, crit damage up, crit chance up, unlock shinobi, haggle, which I'll explain as well, upgrade lich, you have to unlock the lich first, upgrade shinobi. A really sort of interesting thing is that these assassin classes, like the shinobi and the hokage, what those do is that you are unable to crit. So if you put a lot of points into increasing your crit at early levels, which I have done, sometimes it's not super helpful to use those, but a lot of times they're very useful. They do a lot of damage. Like I said, right now we're using the assassin. The way the blacksmith works is that you'll get blueprints from chests as you go throughout the castle, and each area has more successively. And the first area I have gotten all of the blueprints as far as I can tell. This is for the silver sword. If I can equip this, it'll increase my damage, but what I have to do is I need to increase my equip burden twice in order to equip it with my current equipment. I could unequip something else or switch to a different piece of gear, which would decrease the weight cost, but I'm probably just going to upgrade my equip burden because I like what I'm wearing. And all of these, when you put a rune on your items, and it puts the rune on your item slot. It doesn't actually put the rune on a specific item, so you can use it across the board, which is super helpful. And as you can see, you have, I believe these are greaves for your feet, you have a chest piece, you have a cape, and you have a helm and a sword. So using the manner, plus the different classes, plus the upgrades that you can customize, plus the armor which you can customize using runes with the enchantress, and you have to unlock certain runes, but once you've unlocked them, you can use them whenever you want. What's really cool about that is it creates a very unique experience that is highly personal to yourself over time. Right now my helm has the balance rune, which provides HP and MP every time I kill an enemy. And if I wanted to, I could put a vault rune, which would allow me to do a triple jump. I mean, like I said, a lot of this is so self-explanatory. Haste rune, curse rune actually makes it harder. The enemies sort of scale up as you level, and they will scale more punishingly, essentially, but it increases the amount of gold and the replenishing items that you get. And then there's a grace rune, which does the opposite. It makes them scale more slowly. You have the bounty rune, the grace rune, which is the one I was just talking about, the vault rune again, and then I have the balance one on that. But I think I have vampirism, on one of these. Is it this one? Yes, the vampire rune. So you can actually make the vampire armor set and then put vampire runes on, and then every time you kill something, it will increase the amount of HP you get back from each vanquishing, I guess. And then what the architect does is, if you give him 60% of your gold for the next run, he will lock down the castle so that it won't generate random rooms the next time. What that does is, let's say you have a trait that you need that you don't have on your current character, you can sort of take a chance on locking down the dungeon and, well, actually, I mean, you get to choose a character first. So if you choose a character that has exactly what you needed last time that you didn't have, you can lock down the dungeon in order to give it another shot, because sometimes there are chests that are very valuable or special events. Now Charon here, I have to give him 94% of my money to enter the castle, and that's because I took haggling, so that it's 6% less than I would normally have to give him. But the way it works is that you have to give him let's say you have an upgraded haggle. You can't unlock that yet. You have to give him all of your money. So I have 787 gold right now. Let us say that maybe I had something I needed to unlock, and it's the only thing I could unlock with the amount of, or close to the amount of gold I have, so it cost 800 gold. There's nothing I can do to get to get enough gold in order to achieve that. I would have to give him all of my money and just deal with it and hope that I got enough next time. Which, under certain circumstances, can be really kind of irksome. And here you have a teleporter. As you go past other ones, it becomes sort of a checkpoint and allows you to teleport around the castle. Behind these doors is the king. You have to defeat the bosses in order to get into the king. And you're trying to save him, but you're doing so over a very long time, so it's actually kind of remarkable that he's still alive. And then you have journal entries here, and I've unlocked up to entry 22. I won't read them all right now in case you do decide to play this. Okay. And I don't think I want to go down for the moment, because I want to be able to actually sew off some of it, and I might die if I do that. So, one of the kind of cool things is that if you are careful, you can a lot of times hit enemies through that edge. You just have to time it correctly. And the different enemies are sort of specific to a given part of the castle. And it really just requires caution on your part. You can break a lot of these things. There's actually a trait with which is OCD, and that provides bonuses to MP regain and all of that if you break everything. Okay. Here's a journal entry. Journal entry number 23. I never knew what treasure lay in this castle. I knew only that it would cure the king. Who could have suspected it would be the Fountain of Youth? I expected a monster to greet me in the days. A foe of unimaginable strength. I imagined it would take all my strength to best him. But when I entered the castle and saw my father, the king, sitting atop the dais... I keep forgetting, it's dais. Is it dais or dais? I think it's dais. With goblet in hand, I knew all was lost. He would never die, and I would never be heir. There are no words to express what I feel. So basically what these do is reveal the story over time, and like I said, your family is what the people who are doing this collectively, but the beginning of the game starts with a knight entering the castle and killing the king. Okay, this is where I was before, and I'm not going to do right now. Actually, let's go up. Whoop. I'm going to have to... Yeah, there we go. Because I don't have a high enough jump. Now, destroying those statues usually gives you... Like, almost all the time will give you an HP regeneration item. Which can be... Oh, no, I cannot reach him that way. Okay. If he gets a little closer... Come on, buddy. Come on, pal. There we go. Alright. Oh, hello. Right now, this character is doing a good amount of damage because it's an assassin. Oh, that is my dog shaking his collar. If you're not familiar, when I play, he almost always seems to want to make a bunch of noise. Anytime I do anything. Now these often will be bounced back, but if you swing again too quickly, a lot of times it'll sort of mess you up. I'm not sure. There's probably not... Okay. And these statues, in this type of room with the teleporters, they pretty much universally will give you those items back. And that's the way the teleporters work. I can go back to that door, which we might use. Yes, this enters the Maya. I actually want to be able to show this off to you guys. So, I would prefer not to die. You know, just saying. I actually think I can just drop back down and go to those other rooms. Sometimes those portraits will come to life and attack you, and it sucks. Oh, hey. And these actually give you even more. There we go. Actually, that was like the same amount, but I'm almost at full health now. And it's another teleporter, which is nice. And inside of those doors is a boss, and I am definitely not going in there. I'm a little bit of a wimp about it. I haven't done much in terms of bosses. I actually just have fun playing and not stressing too much about the game in general. I enjoy it quite a bit. Alright, dude. Okay, so if I had a trait called peripheral arterial disease, then what it would allow me to do is stand on those traps without taking any damage. So let's say there were a room with something valuable in it that was full of those traps. Well, next time what I would want to do is hopefully get, when I choose my next heir, hopefully I would end up with an heir with peripheral arterial disease, or PAD. You can just call it PAD or PAD. Oops, and I thought I jumped quickly enough, but I didn't. A little bit of gold for that. And nothing there. Can I fit through there? Now there are also, along the side, sometimes you have special areas that you can fit in if you're a dwarf, or sometimes even when you're just normal size. And then you can also have gigantism, which oftentimes, there's a dash right there, which oftentimes will cause it so that you can't actually fit into any of those rooms. Which again, if there's something special through there that you think might be useful, oh yeah, doing it great. If you think something could be useful, then what you would do is you would, when you choose your next heir, just hope to get that trait. It's actually pretty straightforward. Hi. Whoops. Oh, good. I tagged him with that. And I jumped too soon. Oh, nice. Now those, I can't remember what they're called, but that item won't actually, let's see, there might actually be a, no, there isn't a secret entrance to anything. Yeah, there might, yeah, those won't actually hit me, so it looks like it's actually pretty sketchy to do that, but you're pretty much okay if you choose something like that. Okay, so this says that I need to defeat all enemies. Complication here being that there's, oh, hello, that is one aggressive, yeah. There we go. That was a sort of mini-boss, a specialty enemy. And down there, as you see, it lists the number of enemies you killed and the types. So Sir Johnny the Sixth has been slain by Zombie Mishnu. Mastering mobility runes makes you awesome. Those were his parting words, and I would agree. It's especially useful in terms of like your assassins or your family members which featured like increased speed or any of those things. So that's something that you can use. I actually tend to stick to the setup I have, which probably isn't great. Alright, so we're going to move on, and you will see what it's like when you pick a new heir. So, the spell swords are a more advanced type of hero, like it says, for experts, and when you hit enemies, you restore mana, which, like, this one has a spell, Flame Barrier, which is really, really nice because you can surround yourself in these fire sprites, which will damage enemies and protect you a little bit, but it costs a lot of mana. So, yeah, it's not a spell you want to use unless you have a spell sword or a similar class which will increase the amount of mana you regenerate. This one, it's a male. You have males and females. This one, Sir Cowan the Fourth, he has hypergonadism. It says your permaroided attacks knock enemies further, so you get quite a bit of knockback, which in some situations is good, but in other situations you might knock an enemy back into sort of a collective mob, and it can be kind of crappy. The Barbarian Queen, Lady Lisa the Fourth, is, it says, a walking tank, can take a beating, and she has a special barbarian shout. With her, you are an endomorph, so you're heavy and you are not susceptible to knockback. And she has the Chakram, which is a spell that I'm particularly fond of because it hits an enemy straight ahead of you, and it damages both on the forward strike and backward strike, so it's pretty useful. Think Xena. That's pretty much what it is. And then you have a miner. Those produce additional gold, and they're not very great, but if you were to have a castle set up that had a lot of items that you could bust, or chests, or anything like that you noticed that you couldn't get to, then it might be useful to take the miner because you'll get additional gold. And he has, or no, Lady Priscilla the Fifth, she has dwarfism, so you can fit into a lot of fun little places. I'd like to show you dwarfism, but I'd also kind of like to show you the endomorph. So let's go with Lady Lisa. Now I have enough gold to increase my equip burden, which is something I really wanted to do. So now I have an equip burden of, Now, not a burden, I have an equip capacity of 150, which I just need to do this one more time. Let's take a look, actually. Let's see if I can change a piece of gear. See, I would lose a lot if I replaced those. I would lose a lot of armor if I replaced that. Not a ton, but some. It doesn't have any additional properties. But I would be able to equip the Night Sword, which would allow me to do more damage, but not enough that it'd be worth it. So we'll just have to do the equip up again. I don't see any reason to lock down the castle. And we're gonna head inside. Boo! Wow. Kind of like a dining hall or something. That is not a Doomvis, that's what they're called. Those canvases that attack you. I don't think we've actually seen a Doomvis this time yet. Yeah, there's a downward attack, which can be a little difficult to pull off. Unfortunately, sometimes the controls, they're not bad by any means. They're a little esoteric, just right out of the gate, but I don't necessarily see that as a downside. Oops, we know this game, like it says, the game states explicitly that it's challenging. Yep, hit. There we go. And this is a long room with a lot of those down jumps, which I'm gonna fail at. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm so gonna die. Oh, you guys suck. Okay. So we want to just zip across. Yeah, I'm not doing great this time. That's okay. This is just to highlight the cool stuff about this. Most definitely not to illustrate my sweet skills, because I don't necessarily have any. Hi, friend. Okay. And and there is nowhere to go in here. I do want these bits of, oh, nice, nice. These bits of gold. Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die back across here. Yep, there we go. What I was trying to do is do a downward strike while using my dash. I'm still getting the hang of these controls, but we can show off some more. We can show off some more people. Alright, this is a lich. Every enemy they kill will increase their life bar up to a cap, like it says. And the way that works is that it's only for this particular character. It doesn't extend to any other characters. But if you have enough healing items that spawn in a castle, it can be very useful. Here's another miner. Actually, we have two miners. 1 second. I have the hiccups. Okay, so this is, they have dextrocardia, and that switches your HP and MP pools, which is really only useful if you've increased your MP quite a bit. And, yeah, I don't think we're gonna go with that. This family member has tunnel vision, so no peripheral vision, and nearsighted, which means everything far away is blurry. I hate that setup. It's so lame of me, but yeah, I'm not a fan. Conflux, that's what that spell with the bouncing sort of spiked orbs is. And this is Sir Johnny the 7th, so yeah, that was quick. We like the name, apparently. And he has Alzheimer's, which I think deactivates some of portals, the teleports, but I'm not positive. And then you have, he's gay, says he's a fan of the man. That doesn't matter, so I guess it just gives some flavor. Okay, so I have 451 gold, which essentially means I can get nothing, so we're not even going to worry about it. When you change your equipment, it does actually show up as looking differently, which is cool. Yeah, I have 93 HP, which was, if this were the case with that miner, with the dextrocardia, that would actually be useful. I'd have slightly more, but it can be sort of hit or miss. I will have to try to show you a miner just to see what they're like. And there's nowhere I can go over here, so I'm not going to go down and get that gold. I probably should, but oh, hi. Hi. Not great. We'll go back to that room, because I do not have enough HP to fuss with that right now. Okay, there's probably a chest over here, so we're gonna try for that. No, it doesn't look like it, but there could be a chest in the next room. Oftentimes the rooms that are sort of set, that like further to the sides, have the chests. Yep, this one has a chest. And that was the down attack. Which I'm actually kind of surprised that I got that time. Doop doo. There's a Doombus. That's what I mentioned before. And I'm really actually kind of hoping that we find a room with a secret doorway that I can fit through. But most of the time, the only ones you can do that way are... oh, I critted. Nice. The only ones you can do that way most of the time are when you have dwarfism. Whoop. Missed that jump. I always have a harder time going back than I do on the way there. And honestly, while the gameplay is fast, like instinctually, oh, giant lag spike. Instinctually, you kind of want to go quickly, but it's lag spike again. What's with that? My computer's doing something. Yeah, instinctually, the lag. Sorry about that. I'm kind of inclined to go faster because I used to do a lot of platforming on like older games like Crash Bandicoot, and that oftentimes you could just sort of fudge to be much quicker. Oh boy. So, this is a situation where we would probably want to try to get PAD, because I have all the blueprints. That's going to be money. It's really not worth losing everything for the sake of going to get that money. No. I want to try to get one of them to come back this way. Yeah, I keep messing that up, and I'm at like 11 HP. Yeah. I wasn't pulling it off. Okay. And I barely killed anything, but there were a lot of rooms where I didn't have to. Okay, so we have a miner, and he is gay as well. And then we have an endomorph. Yeah, he doesn't have the knockback, and he's got flame barrier. A Hokage, these are the ones that they do a lot of damage. They're fast, but they can't actually crit. Doesn't have any traits, and they have an axe, which can be useful if you need to kill enemies that you can't actually get to physically. And then this Sir Fleming II has Gigantism, the Conflux spell. He's a miner, and he's stereo blind, which isn't that big of a deal. What it does is the sprites aren't in 3D. essentially, and it doesn't really bother me, but sometimes it bothers people. These, the ones with gigantism, a lot of times feel a lot slower, but they're just bigger. They do significantly more damage, which conversely, your dwarves do less damage. Oh yeah, see how it looks? There's actually no, like, transitional element. Whoop, hi. Hi. I am really not doing great with those down attacks. Like I said, I can kind of stand here and reach him that way. How do I keep screwing that up? Well, I guess probably because I'm not super awesome, but that's alright. That was a Doomvis again, and there's another one here that you can see. But because I'm an endomorph, I do enough damage where I really kind of take them out pretty quickly. Oh, and here we are, back at one of these rooms, and I don't have PAD, so I don't want to deal with that right now. Oop, hello. Okay. And what's also nice is oftentimes you can sort of reach things without jumping or anything like that. Oh, I thought I would miss that one. But I still had invincibility frames. We're gonna jump up. Oh, nope. I don't want to fight those right now. I want to keep going through the dungeon. Defeat all enemies. So, yeah. I can't actually reach that. But this is where an axe would be very helpful. But I'm gonna run past. Oh, hi. So yeah, I can't open that fairy chest. Let's continue on and do some of the rest of this. Did I go up? Yes, I did. Actually. Oh, there's really not anywhere else I can go. Sometimes this happens with the dungeons. Whoops. I wasn't even paying attention there. I was kind of looking down at the time. Awesome. Awesome. Oh yeah, I can actually do a lot of damage to those. I forgot. Now, I should try to go up. Alright. This room's actually not too bad, especially for a giant. I want to get that. Okay. Oh, that skeleton hit me with the bone. It can get annoying if you're not really paying attention. Those skellies will get you. Hi. And I got him. I don't know why I assign gender to these things. Maybe they have genders. I don't know. And I have 1 HP. There we go. Taken down by my own pride. Alright, let's choose. We'll do one more. I don't want to keep you guys at this too long. Coprolalia, that doesn't really do much. You've seen a lich. You've seen the assassin. Alright, well, I just had. Let's go with a normal-sized hero. Coprolalia means that they swear when they get hit, but you're not actually gonna see it. Hi, Tron, you want my gold? He's like, yeah, I want your gold. Sucky thing is, like, sometimes in the first room you'll get those MP items. They don't help you whatsoever in the first room. Because you're already full up on MP. Unless you actually... Nope, those aren't anything. Unless you were to use your MP, like, right out of the gate on accident, which I guess could be helpful. Okay. Hi, friends. I hate those guys. Oh, and I was hit by a Doomvis. Those things always get me because I jump too closely to them. Can I reach that? I can. Handy. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting sick. Oh, hi. And there's a chest here. These little flame locks can actually reach me. If I had something that would allow me to damage them from there, it'd be good. Oh, no. I would fight these mini bosses, but like I said, I kind of want to actually show off as much of the gameplay as possible. Oh, boy. Okay. There we go. Really, for that amount of gold, it's almost not even worth it. Ah, da-do-do. Nope. And a journal entry. Like I said, I won't really reveal too much of the story, but you'll see a little bit here. Journal entry number 24. Ellipses, ellipses. Yeah, that's kind of spoiler free right now. Handy dandy. Nothing. This guy's gonna come back at me. They go on sort of a wide angle, which is actually what kind of makes it suck. Got that guy. That's not a Doomvis. It's dumb, but I always kind of feel like I'm saying doofus, which is, like I said, mega dumb, but, well, you know. Oh, come on. Let's get rid of that, at least. Ah. And just jump straight over that. And I recovered a little health there. And then these almost always provide you with a good amount of health recovery. Oh, no. We're not going into the land of darkness either. Not at the moment. If we can get over to the fairy realm, that'd be cool. But I actually kind of like to be as complete as possible in these first areas. But yeah, I think we're going to be heading over to the fairy realm. We can go through this way, actually. I don't want to go over that, though. When you attack those, you can't actually knock them out of their animation, but sometimes you can stun lock enemies, which is always nice. Alright, so we're gonna go back down. Oh, hi. Like I said, I really kind of don't want to do that because I will almost undoubtedly die. I believe I mentioned this. I might have mentioned it the last time. Yeah, like I said, the controls can sometimes be a little esoteric, like I said, but not impossible to learn. It's meant to be challenging, like I said in the original description. And that was written by the game developers. That wasn't like me writing something. I did that for Proteus, but not for this. Oh, that's gonna get me. Those little shots are like kind of homing, but not really. These guys shoot them at you, but it's not hard to evade. Alright, so we can actually jump. Thought I got that. Okay. We can actually kind of go, whoops, hello. Up this way. Hi there. Oh, hello. Yes, I mean, like I said, when you hit them, it doesn't really knock them out of their animations. And once again, there's no like special place for me to go through. but probably I've passed one that I just completely missed. Oh, that's nice. I like recovering that kind of health. And I haven't used my conflux yet. Those guys, you just want to avoid that axe swing. A lot of this is rather self-explanatory, and once you are aware of the base mechanics, it really just becomes sort of second nature, which is cool. The gameplay is very fast, but as I said, you don't want to be really irresponsible, just because you'll end up with a lot of wasted trips. Let's see, this probably, yeah, that goes to the Maya. Whoop. Where can we teleport to? Nowhere helpful. So, actually, where am I, though? So we can go to the left, and then down, and then to the right. Well, yeah, ultimately I'm trying to get over to the ferry area without having to go over those spikes. But the game is probably going to railroad me into going over those spikes. Oh, these are nice. You can you can pray. And that will provide you with a, pretty decent replenishment of your MP and HP, but in this situation I was actually at full and I didn't need it. Oh, nice. And there's this room again. I may as well use it. And through there is a boss. So I'm gonna have enough gold to actually do something this time, which is nice. Those shoot out shockwaves, and you probably noticed that, but yeah. Oh, he's fast. But if you get these zombies right to the edge, a lot of times the AI will just keep them pressing right up against you, which is nice as well. I know I keep saying that's nice, that's nice. It's a little nerve-wracking to do a platformer because that's not usually what I do when I do these videos. Oh, hello. It's kind of new, but it's cool. Oh yeah, and see, I just recovered that back, which is pretty handy. I just like these catchphrases I have going on right now. I want to clear the room, but I'm critting a lot, which is great. And like I said, these guys, they do. Hello. I do a good amount of damage. Except to these friends here. Sometimes you'll get a couple of these Doombuses right on top of each other, which is a little frustrating. It's because they're the way that they circle around is it's not. I mean, it has sort of a consistency, but at the same time, it's a little unpredictable. Oh, here we go. It's a fairy chest. Take no damage. No, I really want to show you the fairy area, so let's see. Yeah, the game wants me to go through that other area, so I'd rather take my chances on spending health to do that. So, down we go. Oh, down more. Oh boy. Okay, so we've got that, and that, and that. Let's go up one, just to... Oop. Oh, you suck. Oh, this room is not nice. I might actually take enough damage that I won't be able to show that off. Oop, let me down. So... Oh boy. Thank you, invincibility frames. Oh boy. No, 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 no. This is at least gonna probably get us to the ferry area. I just really want to show you. Okay, here we go. So this is the ferry area. This is kind of like the second stop in terms of difficulty. But it is a fair amount more difficult than, yeah, I want to show you some more difficult than the last area. These guys, as you damage them, they'll split into more of that enemy. And these headless horses, they're kind of like nightmares. They do a good amount of damage, and they knock you back quite a bit. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, journal. Oh no, that's already got one. I just got an achievement though, Bibliophilia. It's probably gonna go to an area with a fairy chest. That's usually how this works. Oh, hello. I only have 30 HP. Yep, I jumped right into it. Okay, so I think that's gonna be it. But it got a fair amount of enemies. You get to see what the fairy area looks like. You got a glimpse of the underworld and the Maya. Those are the more difficult areas, but as hard and punishing as the game can be, it's kind of like why I love Dark Souls. It just pushes you so much harder to just be better. So keep that in mind if you want to try it out. This is, like I said, is available on Steam. It is, I think it's $14.99. It's also available through their website and possibly on Amazon. I'm not sure. But it's definitely something to check out if you're interested. So thank you if you stuck through this with me. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.